Have you ever felt trapped inside your mind? Your thoughts were too loud to silence. Worries, regrets, fears, circling endlessly. You try to ignore them, but they always return, whispering stories that steal your energy and dim your light. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The Stoics understood what most people forget, that peace isn't about fixing the world, but mastering the mind. You don't need to control how you respond. In this video, we'll explore 10 Stoic lessons that will help you cut through negative thinking and return to clarity. You don't need to fight your thoughts, you need to outgrow them. 1. Control your perceptions. You don't see the world as it is, you see it as you are. Every situation that upsets you, a rude comment, a delay, a rejection, is filtered through your perception. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. That's power. That means your suffering doesn't come from events, but from your judgment about them. So instead of saying they made me angry, ask, why did I choose anger? Instead of this ruined my day, ask, what story am I telling myself about this? The Stoics knew, between stimulus and response, there is space. And in that space, you have a choice. You can pause, reflect, reframe. You can take a breath and choose clarity over chaos. Perception is everything, because how you see determines how you feel, and how you think shapes how you act. The mind is a lens. Clean it often. 2. Unravel the roots of negative thinking. Negative thinking rarely begins in the present moment. It's often a story from the past disguised as truth, a harsh word from years ago, a failure you never processed, a belief picked up in childhood. These thoughts live in the background, shaping how you see yourself and the world until you question them. Marcus Aurelius urged us to examine our thoughts with honesty. Ask yourself, he said, is this necessary? When you catch a self-critical thought, I'm not good enough, I always mess up, nothing ever works out, pause and ask, who taught me to think this way? Where did this belief begin? Is it even mine? Most of what you believe about yourself was never chosen. It was absorbed. But now you have the power to observe and untangle it. Awareness is the beginning of healing. The moment you trace a thought to its root, it loses its grip. Because it's not true. It's just repetition. And what was learned can be unlearned. Like untangling a knot, it takes patience. But every thread you free is a piece of yourself you reclaim. 3. Renew your mind. Your mind is not fixed. It's not a static object. It's a living system, constantly shaped by what you feed it. Marcus Aurelius believed in training the mind as deliberately as a warrior trains the body. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, he wrote. That means you're not stuck with the mindset you inherited. You can renew it. Replace fear with understanding. Swap self-criticism for compassion. Shift from worry to presence. But renewal doesn't happen by accident. It requires conscious repetition. Just like muscles grow from small, repeated effort, your thoughts change from small, repeated choices. The next time you notice yourself spiraling into negativity, don't try to shut it down. Instead, redirect it. Interrupt the pattern gently. Ask, Is there a more helpful way to see this? Then practice that new way, not once, but again and again. Renewal is not a moment, it's a process. And each time you choose clarity over confusion, each time you choose peace over panic, you're rewiring the way you experience the world. This is how the Stoics built strength from within, not by denying reality, but by choosing how they meet it. You can do the same. 4. Surround yourself with positivity. You become like what you're around. Thoughts are contagious. So are moods, words, and beliefs. If your environment is filled with noise, negativity, and cynicism, your mind will slowly mirror it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to stay close to what uplifts the soul. Choose your inputs carefully. The books you read, the people you follow, the conversations you entertain, they're all shaping the weather inside your head. You don't need perfection, but you do need alignment. Find voices that remind you of strength, peace, and what truly matters. Spend time with people who challenge you with kindness, not judgment. Surround yourself with ideas that lift you instead of drain you. You're not just protecting your peace, you're planting better seeds in your mind. 5. Take stoic action. Overthinking is the enemy of progress. The more you stay in your head, the less you move in life. Marcus Aurelius believed in action guided by reason. He reminded himself, don't waste time arguing about what a good person should be one. Stoicism is not about endless reflection. It is about meaningful direction. When you're stuck in negative thoughts, the best response isn't to think harder. It's to take a small, right step. Clean your space. Call someone you've been avoiding. Walk outside. Breathe deeply. Act. Action interrupts the spiral. It reminds your nervous system that you are not helpless. Every step you take is a signal to your mind that change is possible. You don't have to fix everything. Just do the next thing wisely. 6. Use the power of words wisely. Your thoughts shape your words, but your words also shape your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius knew this and chose his language carefully, both spoken and internal. The words you use when talking to yourself are either building you or breaking you. Notice how often you say things like, I can't, I'm not good enough, or this always happens to me. These aren't just expressions, they are instructions. Your mind listens, it repeats, and over time, it believes. The Stoics practice speaking with precision and calm, not to sound wise, but to live wisely. Start by changing your inner dialogue. Replace I'm failing with I'm learning. Switch this is too much with I'll take it one step at a time. Small edits, big shifts. Speak to yourself as if you were someone you care deeply about, because you are. 7. Cultivate emotional resilience. Resilience isn't about never feeling pain. It's about building the strength to carry it without letting it define you. Marcus Aurelius faced death, betrayal, war, and plague. Yet he remained calm, steady, and grounded. Why? Because he trained his mind not to run from hardship, but to meet it with purpose. Life will test you, not once, but many times. What matters most is not what happens, but how you respond when it does. Emotional resilience is a muscle. You build it by breathing through discomfort instead of escaping it. By staying kind when you want to snap, by choosing patience over panic. It doesn't mean you stop feeling, It means you don't let your feelings take the lead. Strength is not loud. Often, it's the quiet decision to keep going even when it's hard. 8. Practice gratitude as a mindset shift. Gratitude is not just saying thank you, it's a way of seeing. Marcus Aurelius began each day by reminding himself of how precious life is. He didn't wait for everything to be perfect to feel grateful. He looked at what he had and chose to honor it. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it shifts your attention. Instead of obsessing over what's missing, you begin to notice what's present. Instead of living in lack, you begin to live in awareness. The Stoics didn't teach blind optimism. They taught conscious appreciation. You can be going through a hard time and still find one thing worth acknowledging. A warm cup of tea, a deep breath, a moment of quiet. Gratitude trains your mind to look beyond scarcity, and over time, it softens the grip of negativity. When you practice gratitude, you're not denying difficulty. You're choosing to remember what remains good. 9. Embrace impermanence. Everything you love will change. Everything you fear will pass. Life is not fixed. It is always moving, always shifting, always becoming something new. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that nothing lasts forever. Not pleasure, not pain, not even life itself. This wasn't meant to make him cold. It made him present. When you accept impermanence, you stop clinging so tightly. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You stop assuming you have endless chances. Impermanence brings clarity. It teaches you to love without control, to show up fully, to release what no longer serves you. Many people fear change, but the Stoics embraced it. They knew that resisting reality only leads to suffering. When you see that everything is passing, you realize how precious each moment truly is. 10. Build a purpose-driven life. Without purpose, life feels heavy. Even small problems seem overwhelming. But with purpose, you can face almost anything. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, but he still asked himself each day why he was alive. His answer was simple: to live in harmony with reason, to serve others, to grow in virtue. A clear purpose gives direction to your energy. It helps you say no to distractions and yes to what matters. It doesn't have to be big or loud. It just has to be honest. Maybe your purpose is to raise a kind family. Maybe it's to create something meaningful. Maybe it's to live with integrity, even when no one is watching. Purpose turns struggle into meaning. It turns habits into values. It turns every day into something sacred. Without it, you drift. With it, you rise. The battle was never outside. It was always within. Your thoughts, your choices, your values. Marcus Aurelius didn't ask life to be easier. He asked to be stronger. And he became that not through force, but through stillness, discipline, and clarity. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to return to the person you were before the world made you forget. Bit by bit, breath by breath. These 10 Stoic lessons are not just ideas to remember. They are practices to live by. Quiet, firm, steady. And if something in this video reminded you of your inner strength, consider joining us. Subscribe to Stoic Vault and take one more step back to yourself.